Hey guys, this is Kyoto here, and welcome to my video game pickups haul. We are now in the new year of 2026, and man, kind of crazy how time kind of flew by, but yeah, hopefully you guys had a wonderful New Year's as well as Christmas. I ended up being in Japan for half of December, so pretty much celebrated Christmas there as well as New Year's. And I will say right now, Christmas there is certainly not Christmas at all, but New Year's, going to the shrine for the first time, celebrating first day of the new year in Japan. Definitely an experience I won't ever forget, so it's definitely really fun, especially going snowboarding there. But yeah, I am back. I honestly did not get anything at all during the month of December or November for like modern games because, let's be real, Black Friday last year was not good. There wasn't really much good deals at all for video games. If honestly, you probably only save yourself like 10 bucks or so at most. But yeah, I think all the good deals kind of happened like the week of Christmas or the week before Christmas, which I did pick up like little bits of games, not a lot, but the few games I picked up for like modern games, I would say, I picked up 2 PS5 games. So I picked up Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, and Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta, which I wasn't expecting to pick this up so early, but I got it for $20 because GameStop had a promotion where if you buy 2 new games, you get an additional $10 off. And so I bought Silent Hill F again, one for my friend, and I got this for like $20. So really good deal. I do want to check it out because, you know, I heard it's just Metal Gear Solid 3, but just a revamp, re-engine of like graphical. So definitely want to check this out eventually once I ever have free time on my hand. But Infinite Wealth, got this for like $12 on Amazon, really good deal. So you know, it's hard to resist to buy this again for like a much cheaper price, in case if I ever want to give this to my friend, or I don't know, just keep a sealed copy for the future. So those were the PS5 games that I picked up. I also did pick up a Nintendo Switch 2 game, Metroid Prime 4, which, funny enough, I don't even have a I don't even have a Nintendo Switch 2, but this one's just a cartridge, so you could be able to play on the normal Nintendo Switch, and if you ever get the Nintendo Switch 2, I do get the free upgrade on this, so this is the reason why I picked this up at Costco, actually, for like a lower price. But so far, I'm enjoying the game for what it is. It is so far better than Metroid Prime 3. And I can't say about the voice acting though. Those voice acting and having no music in the motorcycle rides is pretty lame. Needing an amiibo for those is a robbery. But I do think Metroid Prime 1 and 2 is much better than this. So, but regardless, I was playing this game most of my time on the airplane to Japan. So definitely a time killer, that's for sure. But got that, and I also picked up some PlayStation 4 games. So ironically, I did not have this, and this one I thought is a cool game. I never played the original on this one at all on PlayStation 2, but I picked these ones up at GameStop, as GameStop had some pretty good promotions going on in the month of December. They had one promotion where you do buy 2 get 1 free, which I will show those games. But they also had another promotion where you buy 4 games and you pay $10. Which I'll talk about the other 2 games I got for like $10. But yeah, some of the pre-owned games like buy 4 pay $40, like you could take advantage of. I mean, these games are like $20 each, so imagining only paying $10 each for these ones, like that's a really good deal if you're, you know, collecting video games and finding absurd games like this, for example. So yeah, I think those were like the only modern games that I picked up for these past few months. So, you know, PS5, PS4, and Nintendo Switch. Alright, I just had to turn on my lights because it's kind of getting dark, and it's like only 4 p.m, so gotta love winter for that. But next set of games I picked up quite a bit of PlayStation 2 games, and I guess one PlayStation 3 game right here. So going over, the only PlayStation 3 game that I picked up is Guitar Hero World Tour. So this is the only game I picked up on PlayStation 3, and because it's like, what, $5? And also, if you guys don't know, or may know, I picked up a Guitar Hero guitar recently at like Goodwill a few months ago. So I'm trying to get my hands on all the Guitar Hero as well as Rock Band games, so that way I have a lot more choices to play for songs. I think though, luckily enough, I got for PlayStation because I think PlayStation Marketplace on PlayStation 3 is still active. But if you got on Xbox, I think they closed the Xbox Live Marketplace for Xbox 360. So I actually don't know how Xbox work with their songs if you're able to purchase it. But I know PlayStation Network is still available, so I could still download songs. But yeah, try to get my hands on majority of the Guitar Hero games and Rock Band. But yeah, here is the staff games. So some games I actually did pick up like very recently, which try to go over. So these ones I actually picked up like literally 2 days ago. So I did pick up Sly Cooper 3, Onimusha 1, as well as Jack 2. So yeah, not bad deals. They are under like $10, so I thought like why not? I mean, they're pretty cheap enough. And some of these ones do have the manual. Like, these two do have the manual still, but unfortunately this one did not have it. But hopefully I can find an extra manual to actually make this a complete box. But yeah, pick these ones up at GameStop for these prices. And then these ones I actually picked up through Half Price Bookstore, which honestly kind of same thing, pretty good deal. Like Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, which not a fan of greatest hits usually. I try to collect black labels, but $7.50 is not a bad deal because I think this game normally goes for like $14 or so, normally or $15. I did pick up also Jack 3, Grandia 3. This one's a surprising one actually, $15. I think this normally goes for like $30, and I actually did not know that Grandia had like Grandia 3, and I did not know that they also made a PlayStation 2 game, which makes me wonder if there's a Grandia 4. But here's this. And the final PlayStation 2 game I picked up is Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, which I did not know that there was also a sequel of this game either, because the only games I knew for Sonic Riders was the original as well as Sonic Riders Connect. So don't know if it's a direct sequel of this or not, but yeah, these pretty much, wow, I'm surprised I actually picked up a lot of Sony title games. Quite honestly surprised, but yeah, pretty good deals. I feel like this is a little more expensive than what I would pay for, but you know, I just want it in my collection. But the rest being like, you know, pretty much under $20 is actually a really good deal. So I actually did get lucky with all the PlayStation games that I did buy, so pretty happy with my finding. Alright, next are some games that I actually found at Half Price Bookstore, and I can't really say games because there's nothing in there, but they were selling game cases and manuals for like dirt cheap, like $3. So I actually picked up a lot of DS cases and manuals. So they don't have the games in them at all, but you know, they're all empty. But look at this, $3, and these are pretty good conditions too. I mean, the manual is in here too, like Princess Peach, which I wonder if yeah, $3. So I don't know if that would be considered a good deal or not for you guys, because I honestly think buying game cases just in case if you need to look for the game itself, at least you'll have like, you know, the cases and manuals if you need to buy loose copies. So I think paying for like $3 for each of these with the manuals is a pretty good deal. So I picked those up, and the other one I picked up is Kid Icarus Uprising, which same case, no video game inside, which I don't know how the person that was selling these at Half Price Bookstore was getting away. Like, I wonder if he just took the games and just sold the manuals in cases as individual things, but you know, it's whatever. Yeah, this one's a quite interesting one because this one actually came with the cards from what I checked, as well as the bonus little stand that you see right here. So now I actually have a complete in-box Kid Icarus, like, I guess first release, because this was one of the first 3DS's games to come out on the 3DS, and the 3DS games back then, like the very first launch games, had some interesting pre-orders or interesting like bonus stuff that came with it. But yeah, finally found a copy of this, so I actually managed to now complete my Kid Icarus game. But yeah, these are just empty cases, which one of them I actually am giving to my friend because he actually paid me money to get him this since he had a loose copy of Zelda, which is also $3 as well. Not all of them were empty though, luckily enough. I did get a few DS and 3DS games that were, actually had the game inside. So I did pick up Dragon Quest VIII Curse of the King, which got this for around like $40 or so. So pretty happy to actually finally get a copy of this because I'm trying to complete my collection of Dragon Quest games on the handhelds. So I think I'm always missing like 3 and 4 now or something. I don't know. There's so many Dragon Quest games, so got this. I also picked up 2 Sonic Rush games for a pretty good deal. So got them for around like $20 to $25, and usually these goes for like $40 or so. So getting these for these prices are pretty good. And yeah, one of the things you always want to double check to make sure is that they are legit copies, because sometimes there might be some fake cartridges. So keep that in mind, and if you guys try to figure out how to find out if it's fake, there should be a YouTube tutorial on how to ensure that it is not a fake game. So that's like one of the things that are happening. It's like a lot of fake cartridges. But yeah, the other DS game I picked up, Mario Party DS, and this is actually one of the games I got in that GameStop promotion of the buy 4 get 4 free. So this game, as well as, where is it? Oh wow, I do not see it now. I think I just lost it just now. But yeah, this is one of the games I got during that oh, never mind, I see it. Stacked up with so many of my games that I can't tell. So yeah, so far these games were part of the promotion of buy 4 get 4 free, and I'll show you the last one in a second, because the last one is probably the craziest one that was included. So yeah, don't sleep on GameStop sometimes. Sometimes they have some pretty crazy promotions. But next up in my pickups is probably the only Xbox game that I picked up for this haul, and that is Ninja Gaiden Black. So I got this for $15, and unfortunately there's no manual inside, so it's not really complete in the receipts in here. I'm not quite sure that, but the manual's not inside of this one. But I only bought this because I am selling this to one of my co-workers for a little higher price, but below the market value. So really hard a game to find for like under $30. I think resale value is usually above $30, so one of my favorite Ninja Gaiden games. But here in my next pickup is probably one of the best ones that I found, and that is Gamecube games. So I picked up a wide range of Gamecube games during my pickups. Some of them at GameStop, some of them half price, some of them actually I got through Facebook Marketplace, which you gotta be very, very wary of, because not Facebook Marketplace is at the same time you're talking to strangers and trying to negotiate. So, but let me go over. Actually, let me show you the final game that I got for that 4 deal, and that is NBA Streets V3. So one of the craziest finds part of that promotion, because that's crazy that they were selling this for $18 and I got it for $10. Normally this game goes for like over $30, $35. So getting this game, I was pretty stoked. Like, I love this game. I remember playing this on PlayStation 2 before, I lost it somehow. But this one's pretty unique because you also get the Super Mario cast as playable characters. And this was a GameCube exclusive too, so it's pretty awesome to see Mario like crossing people over. So got that. But yeah, this is the games I actually got through Facebook Marketplace. I already sold 2 of them to another coworker, but 2 of them I actually managed to keep, which I paid $100 for 4. So the games I kept, I got Super Mario Bros. Melee and Star Fox Assault, which is one of the games I've been missing in my collection that I needed pretty badly. But the other games I also got was Metroid Prime 2 and Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. But I sold those for like $50 each to my coworker, so I actually didn't make my monies back, and kept these 2 because this one, like I said, I'm missing my collection, and this one I have a second GameCube. So if I decide to do a LAN party, I actually have now 2 copies of this game to actually start a tournament in my own house. The only thing I need to look for now is a CRTV, because only having one is not enough, especially if it's like a small ass 16-inch size one. But yeah, those were the ones I picked up at Facebook Marketplace. But yeah, here are the other GameCube games I picked up. Picked up Yu-Gi-Oh! False Bound Kingdom, which I think this is like the worst reviewed Yu-Gi-Oh! Game of all time. Complete ass. So don't ever get this game. If you want to play it, heed my warning. This game's complete ass. But I also picked up Resident Evil 0, another game that's pretty ass. But I got it for like $9, so I had to. But these 2 games, god jeez, I got these for $50 each at GameStop, which is probably the craziest find, because WarioWare or Wario World goes for $100 usually for complete in box, and I'm actually quite surprised everything was in there, like even the inserts. So I'm quite happy to finally have this in my collection, because I never actually got the chance. I always wanted to play this game, so I'm actually pretty stoked to finally find a copy for a really good deal. And Animal Crossing, which luckily enough, this is the only one that was not complete in box, so the manual and everything's missing. But I could be able to find that easily. Animal Crossing is kind of easier game to find. So yeah, those were all the GameCube games that I picked up for this haul video. And like I said, it's quite a lot. Normally I only find like 2 or 3, but finding more than that, it's insane. So I'm pretty happy to, you know, find a lot for completing my GameCube collection. Alright, next pickups. I think you guys already heard me mention that I went to Japan during December. So fortunately, I will say right now, video games have raised in price a lot in Japan since like 2019, which is the first time I went to Japan. And yeah, prices raised up a lot because scalping has been a really big issue across the world with like Pokemon cards, video games, concert tickets, which that one pisses me off the most, because I was hoping to go to some concerts in Japan while I was there, but Japan made scalping tickets a lot more harder for internationals, so they require you to have like a Japanese phone number and all that, this kind of sort. So they pretty much raised the hurdles for scalpings a lot for like some events. But yeah, video games. Ah jeez. Looking at the handheld prices in Japan and some of the games, it was pretty much on par with like US or even worse than USD prices. But luckily I did find some games that I got in Japan for a pretty reasonable price. So a few Game Boy Advance game as well as like Super Famicom games. So going over Super Famicom, which is the Super Nintendo console, I picked up Donkey Kong Country and Chrono Trigger. This one's going to be a funny one to talk about, but this one I got for like 1,500 yen, and I think they mentioned that this was missing the box cover or something. I can't really tell because, you know, the box is here, but there might have been a sleeve for this box. I'm not 100% sure, but, you know, I have it now. But yeah, Chrono Trigger, pretty funny one to talk about because I got this for like 3,000 yen. And the reason why this is funny is because I actually did see some stores sell this for like 10,000 yen, which is triple the cost of what I would spend for this. So finding this for 3,000, and I don't think anything's missing from this, I think. So I think I actually do have a complete in-box of this game, so pretty happy to actually have Super Famicom version of this in my collection now. So those were my Super Famicom games that I picked up. But for Game Boy Advance games, I picked up quite a few. So first one, I picked up Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memory for 2,700 yen, which is not the worst pricing, but you know, I thought it would be cool to actually have this in my collection. But the main ones I really wanted to get, because I didn't bother buying these ones the first time I was in Japan, so I kind of regret not getting them. I bought Mega Man Battle Network 1, 2, and 3, but now I actually decided to buy more to make sure I do a complete set, so or complete set of, I mean. So I picked up Mega Man Battle Network 4 Blue Moon, Mega Man Battle Network 5 Team Proto Man, and Mega Man Battle Network White, which is just Mega Man Battle Network. So yeah, I got these for a pretty reasonable price. I mean, 2,000 yen, 2,700 yen. and 2,300 yen. So some of these I actually got through trade-off, and some other secondhand stores that I forgot about. But I think all these ones are from Traders, which is a more popular store I go to when finding video games. This and Book Off. Book Off was the other one I go to. So the only ones I don't really go to in Japan is Super Potato, unless I'm just going there to check out the arcade on the very upstairs. But yeah, some stores are very well known, like Super Potato, but because of their like reputation, they increase it because of the brand name itself. So there are some stores I don't really go to in Akihabara or in Japan, just because the prices are ridiculous. Like I've seen some, like I said, handhelds that are going for like $500 USD. Consoles, I saw some controllers going for like $30. So yeah, it's very tough to be able to find games for a very good price in Japan now these days. But I kind of don't blame them for raising the price because of scalpers and, you know, all that kind of sorts. So yeah, these were my pickups in Japan. Now for my final pickups, I consider these the highlights of my findings during these past 2 or 3 months. But these games are pretty crazy findings that I got for a really good deal. The first one I found is the first Dynasty Warriors game on PS1, and this one's funny because I did not know that this was a 1v1 fighting game originally. Like, I looked in the back and I was like, is this a fighting game? Like, was this the time era where Street Fighter was so popular that every company was trying to do a 1v1 fighting game? So yeah, the more you know. I only know Dynasty Warriors for what it is, you know, like fighting tons of enemies on one screen. So this being a 1v1 fighting game was an interesting find. But yeah, found Dynasty Warriors on the PlayStation 1. I also found Wu-Tang Shaolin Style, so another fighting game, which this is more so arena fighting game, and man, I got this for like $20, and it's kind of crazy finding this game at a GameStop, because this game usually goes for over $100 just because I actually don't know, maybe because it's the only one that also comes with like 3 exclusive soundtracks. But man, this game is hot ass. Like, I've seen video games play this, and there's like a character that just has a cheap infinite loop. So, but you know, it is what it is. I think this is just really cool to have in my collection. So yeah, Wu-Tang Shaolin Style. But the last and final pickups, which is probably the craziest pickup, which I think I showed this off previous haul, but funny enough, one of the workers at a store actually gave me the box because they forgot to give it to me, and that is Mike Tyson Punch-Out. So this is pretty crazy because a completed box of this goes for $180. So I managed to get this for like $22 for a completed box, and it literally has everything. Like, let me show you guys. First off, of course, you got the game right here. But for the inserts, it's pretty crazy because everything is in here. So not only did you get like the manual of Punch-Out, you also got this cool poster, which I want to show this off so that way, you know, in the future we all see what, you know, a completed box has. This Nintendo poster, which I think is I'm holding it upside down here, and I think the coolest thing in this like box is the fact that there's this letter from Mike Tyson, which you guys could read it and pause the video. I just want to be able to show you guys it, but it's just saying like congratulations for buying this game. But take a look at this. This is probably one of the craziest things I've ever seen for a complete box. Like, everything's in there. And like I said, you guys could pause the video. But yeah, like, I think that was it. Even the styrofoam's in here too. Like, there's a styrofoam in here. So yeah, I definitely need to get like a collector's sleeve soon to make sure that I could have this like fully protected, because damn, this is like my first Nintendo like complete in box game I ever owned. So just having this is just, damn, I'm kind of scared because the cardboard's not the best condition, but it's in good enough condition where it's like I could have it set. But Yeah, that is, well, my highlight pickup find of this haul, so... Oh man. Can't wait to find some more crazier stuff to show off to you guys. But yeah, that'll pretty much end it here for this video game pickups haul. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and if you guys could help me out, if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it, because my goal is, for this New Year's resolution, is to make it over 1,000 subscribers, which I kind of failed because I didn't really post as much, so definitely need to grind more. But if you guys can help me out, that I would greatly appreciate it. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful rest of January until my next video game haul. But if you guys see that pile of crap over there on my, I think my right, but your guys' left, I actually have an upcoming Japan haul coming up soon. So if you guys want to check out that, if you guys are into that kind of stuff, you know, feel free to hang around. I'll also be making a video on Comic-Con about my experience in the stuff that I got there, because, you know, I never went to Comic-Con, and so going Comic-Con for the first time in my life was probably one of the highlights of, you know, in my life to go check out for the first time. So definitely have a lot to talk about and show off in that in the future, so I'll stick around for that as well. So anyways, hopefully you guys have a wonderful day, take care of yourselves, and stay safe out there. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.